Hello and welcome back to Well Played, presented by The Skim. I'm Caroline Hendershot.
And I'm Blake Morgan. Do you remember us?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
It's been several minutes.
I wish that they could show my face as you were saying, welcome back to Well Played, because I put on the biggest smile ever.
You saw it on my peripheral.
It was a little corny of me, I'm not going to lie.
I loved it.
We're embracing corniness in 2026, maybe.
Okay, good.
Just like earnest. I'm happy to be earnest.
Oh, yeah,
I was
me
really
too.
happy to hear
Also,
you make that.
like, nothing's embarrassing unless you make it embarrassing,
right.
you know?
Especially in this room, it's pretty hard to get embarrassed. I feel like we out-embarrass each other a lot.
All the time.
So
it's actually a brag.
Save space. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How was the end of your 2025 into 2026 since we last saw each other?
Mostly excellent, except I fucking...
There it is.
Not even a minute into
First
the
one
episode.
of 2026, baby.
And I like slowed down to
You
like
did.
decide.
You know, because you like were catching yourself, but it was already, the train was already going. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Queen Anne,
Yeah.
Pod Mom.
Sorry,
already
Anne.
in 2026. It's something I'm working on this year.
It's a
I say that every
resolution.
year, but this year I'm being serious. It was good, except I hurt my knee.
Yeah, you
when I was
did.
skiing.
You did, and you were so annoyingly cryptic. Like, here's one thing you should know about me at this point in our friendship. Don't fucking text me. I really fucked up. Like, starting with that and then ending with my knee. That's the context. Nothing else. I was like, did you die? Is your leg needing to be amputated?
I know.
Like, this is where my anxiety takes me.
I think I was cryptic because I was like, oh, wait, I'm texting her. I think it was probably like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Japan time. So I was like, she's not even awake yet. What's the point of like getting into it? I'll wait till she texts me back because I'm still going to be awake. But I understand, like, you wake up first thing, you look at it in the morning, it's like, I fucked up my knee from me.
I was like, she's dead. Not just her knee.
Even though she texted me.
Entirely, she's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
She's gone.
So that was good.
May she rest.
Japan looked crazy, though.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like my third time there because
Yeah.
I go usually over New Year's. And like this time it was more like no culture shock anymore.
Yeah.
It's more just like you're observing things, right? You're just like, why did they? It's kind of both. It's like, I was really happy about the fact that like you go somewhere, you travel. The whole point is that you're like, oh my God, things could be so different. Like, for example, I got my x-ray done. It was $50. Didn't have to wait. I like went there same day, got seen within 15 minutes.
Crazy.
$50 for a fucking x-ray. And then on the other side, you're just like, wow, why are things like this here?
Yeah.
Like they have like when you go on the train, they have a women's only car
That's kind of sick.
because of like perverted men, which is, they can be found everywhere all around the world.
They
Newsflash.
actually, unfortunately, are worldwide.
Yeah, but you're just like, damn, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it was just like interesting. It felt more introspective. I feel like I was really sad to leave this time.
Oh, sad. But
Yeah.
I like that for you.
Yeah.
That means it was a trip well spent.
It was meaningful.
Yeah.
But now I just have a busted knee, so.
All you
Gotta
have
PT it out.
are your memories and your busted knee.
Yeah, but you had a child.
I did.
Over the new year.
My December into January was chaotic, as I was telling you before the pod started.
I really thought you were just misspeaking, but
No.
that was intentional.
That's a CG.
It's kind of like
original.
Steffu, except this is one I can get behind.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. It was so chaotic. It was just like I didn't stop working when normal people stopped
to be honest,
working.
I had no idea you were working.
Of course, because
What
like
were you doing?
great question. The Jets were obviously finishing their season in the second half of December. Then I was also working like a bowl game for Penn State and Clemson for like ESPN Radio. And like it was so funny because that was on the 27th of December and like there were virtual meetings on Christmas Eve. And you would have thought I told my dad that I killed someone when I was like, I have to go upstairs, I have to take a meeting. He was like, it is Christmas Eve. I was like, Carl, college football does not give a fuck.
They do not care.
The game's on Saturday,
They said,
babes.
disregard Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
They
He can
said,
wait.
love you,
JC
Jesus,
can
but
wait.
not today. Yeah. So that was just a little quay. And then the end of the season for the Jets, like the season ends. And then the next day, it's called like the players kind of exit day.
Uh-huh.
And we like crank through interviews of just like season recap kind of stuff. And it's kind of just like a long day, but good. So.
Okay, but then you got to get to the next thing,
But
which
yes,
is that.
of course.
So like a low maybe.
Wait, let me just, because that will end on my birth. I wrote a list down while you were gone of like things I learned or want to bring up to Blake over break, but refrained from texting you about because I was really proud of myself. So this is the list. The Canadian TV show about gay hockey players united our nation in the final weeks of the 2025 calendar year.
That's true.
Yes. SD Kid is actually not Timothee Chalamet, and we got a collab on a song with the two of them.
Right. This is pre-Marty Supreme.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was convinced it was Timothee Chalamet.
I know. They always said you never saw them two in the same room. And
Blew my mind. So that was cool. What are your 2026 New Year's resolutions? Was my question to you. Swear less is one of them.
Swear less is one of them. I think just like in general, not do less, but do less stuff with just more intention.
Ooh, love that.
I don't want to I just need to prioritize more.
Okay.
You know?
That was good.
Decide what's really important.
I was so philosophical. I was not ready for that.
What's yours?
Read more, worry
Easy.
less, which is fucking hilarious.
Right. I think that's like an all-time resolution.
Caroline, you're literally in therapy for this reason.
Right.
And then I said, go to the event that you think you don't want to go to because that is the story of my life. And then I always end up being like, that was so much fun. And then figure out a way to wear my hair curly that is predictable and that I like.
As in like your natural hair.
Yes, correct. I know, your dream.
Oh, shit.
I know.
I'm ready for this.
So we'll see. We'll see if it happens.
I might be going on a
Curly
curly girl journey of my own.
Really?
Because I think the lower layer, and I was saying this to you before, but
yeah,
it's
a
really
little wave.
dry.
Yeah.
It's really dry and it has a wave. And I think if I just try
Put
out
some products.
Yeah, I might be a curly girl.
I think you might.
A
Or at
wavy
least wavy.
girl.
Yeah. And I began my sourdough journey.
Wait, what?
I make sourdough bread now.
Oh my God, you've been listening to Taylor Swift too much, haven't you?
I'm just a trad wife. It's not my fault. No, I just had always been really interested in it, but was really intimidated by the fact of making my own starter. I got said starter, and now I'm like a motherfucking machine in the kitchen.
Oh my God.
And now I'm making variations.
Why aren't you
too.
posting about I just feel like I missed this
because they haven't been pretty yet. So
well,
I need
that's
them.
part of the journey, and that's what makes
That's true.
that's gonna make people
Okay, you're right.
get
Lock
invested in you.
Lock in.
You know what I mean?
You're right,
Authentic.
You're right. Okay, fine. I'll be more authentic.
I'll take a
in
10%
2026.
commission when you make any sales, though,
Okay,
because
that
that was
sounds
some
good.
good advice.
That sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Alex Earl and Tom Brady were canoodling.
Oh my God.
In St. Bart's.
You know, my friend asked me last night. She's like, "Do you think they hooked up?"
Duh.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know why. I just have this feeling that didn't. I think it was just for the camera.
I think they did, and I'm kind of here for it. But also, I did see one video where his phone flashlight was on in his back pocket, and that made me want to jump off a bridge.
That's what I mean. It's like you shouldn't be able to pull if you're doing shit like that. I'm sorry.
But hey, somehow he does.
That's unk.
Okay, and then the Beckham family feud is making me sadder than it should. And Crown Affair hair clips are the best. And I'm a mother now. That was my
Very
things that I
bleed.
learned over break that I needed to tell Blake about. And I would just like to let everyone know I gave birth over break. My beautiful daughter, Millie, joined the world on November 8th. But we brought her home January 2nd. She's happy and healthy.
She has 4,
paws and a tail.
Yep.
Yeah, Scott and I got a Bernese Mountain Dog. And I've had puppies. I've had dogs my whole life. Scott's had dogs his whole life. I must have blacked out during the puppy phase of my family dogs. Holy shit. She runs the household. It's literally like child. Obviously not. But
don't come for us, moms.
yeah, please. I'm not saying that I did what you did because goddamn, you're superheroes. But you can't bring the puppy anywhere. You can bring said child to a
not
restaurant.
to be a fucking hater, but
You're being a hater.
listen, dogs don't belong everywhere.
No. I agree. I totally agree. I don't want her to come to
But
the
you're just saying
restaurant
from a
with us.
health standpoint.
I'm just
Miss
saying
Girls,
for my ability to leave the home. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
still not able to leave yet because I'm one, you're ripping up my carpet when I'm in front of you, so that's rude.
you literally are disrespecting
2,
me.
you're gonna pee everywhere.
Yeah.
But she's so smart. She's learning so well. She's ringing the bells for the door to go out. She has sit and come on command, and she's beautiful.
Can you? She is gorgeous. Are you kidding me? She takes after her mother.
Yes, thank you. That's what I told Scott.
Mhm.
And she has my brows. You cannot tell me that she doesn't. And also, I did already use this card on Scott. I said, if she could talk, she'd agree with me.
Yeah.
And he said, unfortunately, I don't. And
Yeah.
I said, and
It seems like she's always in your lap, never Scott's lap.
you know what I think it is? Bernese Mountain Dogs cool environments. Scott runs
No.
at
No, he's a
7,000
furnace.
degrees. Yeah. And I think when she sleeps, she gets really warm. And me, I'm always cold. So I think she likes sleeping on me. I think when she tries to sleep on Scott, literally it takes 90 seconds and she's like, I gotta get some space.
I feel that.
Yeah.
She is my spirit animal in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to sleep in the bed?
No. That's a big no-no.
Is she allowed on the couch?
Not yet, but I'm sure it's gonna happen
Yeah.
eventually. I'm trying to not train the bad habits to start though, so we'll see.
But she snuggles so much.
No, she's so sweet.
Okay, well, we'll see about that in like, I mean, okay, so like how long until she gets full size? And then we'll move on.
I think like 7-8 months.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I gotta go visit.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah, she's really cute right now.
Okay.
I mean, she'll
Always
be cute.
be, but-
Because she has my genes.
Right.
Because I gave birth to her. No big deal.
It was a scientific phenomenon. We've never seen it before.
Yeah, no, really. I'm making waves.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into like, I don't know, sports, question mark?
Yeah, I do want to say that later on in the episode, we have an amazing guest on, Hailee Truwit. We got to talk to her end of last year.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't know her story, it's actually so wild and so inspiring. I can't wait for you to listen to the knowledge bombs that she was just dropping on us.
She has such a good head on her shoulders.
It was
I'm like,
wild.
You are far and away my new therapist because like I almost cried at one point during the episode.
I almost did too. And so basically her story is that she was a swimmer at Yale University, graduated in 2023, and then just a couple days after graduation, she lost her foot in a shark attack. But instead of, letting that just define the rest of her life, she decided to train for the literal Paralympics.
Yeah, no big deal.
In Paris 2024, and she ended up medaling. Yeah. So kind of a wild story, and I can't wait
She went sicko mode on everyone's
She
asses.
went crazy sicko mode, and I can't wait for all of you to hear her tell her story and just like her journey to get there to the Paris Paralympics.
Yeah, and meet her because she was just such a lovely, lovely gal.
Yeah.
Okay, also make sure you're checking out this and every episode, full-length videos of this on YouTube. Just search Well Played by This Game on YouTube, or if you prefer to listen, Spotify, Apple
We're here for you.
Podcasts. We're everywhere. Just dial in,
Yeah, so we've prepared a roundup of our favorite stories dominating your feed this week. It is time for none other than Playing the Field.
Crazy that we're already playing the field in 2026.
Oof.
All right, let's get after it.
We obviously need to start with the 83rd annual Golden Globes.
The GGs.
The GGs. We can call it that for the rest of the segment. And if you're wondering like what the F that has to do with sports, you must be new here. Exactly. You must be new here because you know that we will find a way.
Yep.
To make anything about sports.
Because it's the center of everything.
Yeah, obviously. So first and foremost, Timothee Chalamet won Best Actor for his role in Marty Supreme. Did you get to watch it?
Sports movie.
Sports movie.
No, not yet. And I really want to because everyone's been kind of
You need to watch it in theaters.
Okay.
I don't think you should wait till it comes out. Like anybody, I think it's like really worth watching in a movie theater.
It's problematic because I can't leave the house at the moment.
Right.
My child.
You can leave for 2 hours.
Not yet.
Really?
Well, I probably could. I don't trust her. She's too smart.
You need to be more trusting. 2026, become more trusting.
Not of her yet. She has to earn it. But no, I have heard it's great. I've heard that and Hamnet are great.
I'm seeing Hamnet this week.
And that's the other one I really want to see. So you'll have to let me know how it is.
I will. But the thing that people were really talking about was
with Timothée. Because he won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actor a week ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that was crazy because he literally not called out, that sounds like it's bad. He gave Kylie Jenner a shout out and he said, lastly, I'll just say thank you to my partner of 3 years.
3!
Thank you for our foundation. I love you. I couldn't do this without you.
Cry.
3 years, man.
That flew.
It flew so fast.
And then I saw a picture. We sent it to each other on Instagram. It was like the compilation of like 2023, 2024, 2025, I think. Maybe
24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
But still.
Of Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Them together at the Golden Globes. Just saying, in 2024, Miss Jenner had a little bit more lip filler. And you can see the progression to now. She looks so fucking good.
She's
now.
dissolved that filler.
But like just to the perfect amount. She looks so fab. And also her Golden Globes freaking look, top to bottom, crushed.
Yeah.
The music she put her Instagram video to, crushed. Her in a ponytail, didn't know I needed it so badly, crushed. Like everything
I would
about
like to try that dress on, even just for a day.
I don't have the boobs for it.
I don't
do
either.
You. Yeah, but me too.
Yeah.
Would love.
Yeah.
I feel like it looks very heavy.
Yeah, it did. It looked expensive. Like heavy because I think it had like jewels and shit. You know what I mean?
It did. Yeah.
But also, did you see that on Timothee's Instagram? It technically, I think, is the first time that he's like posted her on his account.
Oh, really?
But the post, it's so dumb because all the outlets are being like, they hard launched on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, wait, I have to see this because did I miss something?
Hard launch is like not. That's the wrong context.
Yeah. Also, it's like they've been
debuting your relationship.
Yeah. I know. Boomers.
I was just about to say a boomer roll that.
We love boomers.
Love you, but
not in this context. Okay, so the picture though is just of like Timmy because Kylie had that like disposable film camera or something. He's like holding the Golden Globe statue, and the way that they are describing this hard launch is just because her hand makes an appearance
Stop.
in the image.
Oh,
and I'm like, is this really a hard launch? It could have been anyone's hand. It could have been Kim's hand. Could have been Northwest's hand.
I can't. I don't like that. I will say though that I really like them together because I feel like you wouldn't expect them to work so well together, and they just freaking click so well.
I agree.
And he isn't her typical type that she's gone after in the past, and I love that for her. And then finally, did you see that allegedly could have been AI? I could have been duped. But allegedly, on her name card on the table, allegedly it said Kylie Jenner Chalamet.
Yeah.
And she was like showing it to him, and she was like,
wait.
Yeah. So like someone,
I didn't see that.
I saw that. And
oh my God.
Listen. Oh, fuck. Rachel's telling me it has been debunked. God damn it.
Okay,
I knew I got duped by AI.
All right. Hopefully we can do a clean cut there.
Yeah.
And if not, it's been debunked.
Surprise! It's been debunked. It's okay. I'm okay with understanding that AI has duped me. Because you know what? I did think, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like someone could get fired over that. But say la vie.
Okay.
Okay. And
meanwhile,
yeah.
Our boys.
Our boys.
HudCon, as some are calling them.
I don't like that. I like Hollanov.
I do too. I like that better. It flows better.
Hollanov forever.
Yeah. Well, they made their Golden Globes debut as they were obviously the most popular boys on that red carpet, and they got to present an award at the show.
Yeah.
I feel like we had so many good moments from them. What were some of yours?
Here's the thing. You know how like the meme is like, I built my For You page brick by brick?
Yeah.
I have quite literally built every single one of my social media platform For You pages brick by brick, because there are only Heated Rivalry either edits or memes or did you notice XYZs, and now it's all Golden Globes of the two of them. So
I'm getting a lot of Connor Story YouTube still, like from when he was a kid.
Okay.
My favorite one is when he was like, Katy Perry asked, did you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind wanting to start again? No, I haven't.
I didn't see that.
Like, it was so funny. It was like such a read.
10.
Yeah, literally.
So I've been loving everything about it.
I feel spiritually like Hudson Williams, I have to say. I just
you
have
are,
to come out.
because you guys are crazy out of pocket sometimes.
We're both biracial baddies.
Yep.
People love us.
Yep. The
representation is strong. And he's just feral.
Yeah.
He gave, I don't know if you saw this.
The glam bot, double bird. That was
Jorge,
very,
maybe you're supposed to blur this out, but
that was very Blake oriented as well. Yeah.
I pray he never is media trained.
Me either.
Like, I'm sure they've tried obviously at this point, but like he has to keep this up.
Completely agree. And also I think that like I would really, obviously they're like in the bubble, almost like the newlywed bubble of just like bliss, and they're so happy and proud.
And everyone loves them still.
Yes, and they're so happy and proud of like what they were able to do through the show. Okay. But the thing that I really need to know from them is like, who's someone that didn't give you the time of day before this show?
Oh my God, there's probably so
that
many.
like now is up your ass.
It
like,
really?
I need to know.
It really seems like, though, I don't even know if they were at a point where they could have even asked some like famous people for a time of day. Do you know what I mean? Because it was that spontaneous and instantaneous.
But I like wonder if they were just had like a bad experience with someone.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, Connor worked in LA.
Yeah. And they say don't meet your heroes.
I know. I would be like God.
I know.
The group chat that they probably have with some of their close friends and like talking shit about celebrities.
Oh God, I'd love to be in there.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in there.
I will say though that like Hudson Williams, when he was talking to Gayle King, like he was saying some of the funniest shit, and it was flying right over Gayle's head.
Oh my
and
God, poor Gayle.
I love Gayle.
No, we love her so much.
I love Gayle. I will say though, Gayle, please take off your Apple Watch next time you're at the Golden Globes. That is one of my pet peeves. It's like wearing an
Apple Watch to a wedding, to your wedding.
Yeah,
excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're the bride. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're
the rings will be complete.
Too good looking for that, Gayle.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not get ready. Like I could not handle the innuendos that.
Well, she was like, all anybody could say at the W party last night was, "They're coming, they're coming, they're coming," and he's like, "Yeah, we do that a lot."
Yes, or the one where he was like, I think she asked him like, "What do you think of is a good first date?" And he was like, "Good conversation, good laughing, and good fucking." And I was like,
"Yeah, you're not wrong."
And Gayle was just like,
she got so timid in that moment.
Yeah, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Also, I just have to say this one thing: Connor Story. I loved both of their outfits. A vibe. Connor Story's hair was also very like trendy. I feel like it's not a mullet per se, because I saw something that like this trend was like is now becoming very popular for guys where it's like not a true mullet, but it's like kind of a mullet. I just need the hairstyle. I think it's from episode 2. Maybe it's 1, but no, I think it's 2. Of after Ilya wins the MVP and he's in the hotel room, shirt unbuttoned, and he's like standing. It's the chair scene for those, if you know, you know. But it's like the sides are pushed back and it's curly. And I was like, there's never been anyone hotter.
Yeah.
So I need that.
Bring that back.
But to each their own. Connor, you looked great.
I mean, he could do both.
Yeah. Why can't Porque no los dos?
But you liked the finale.
Loved it. Everything and more.
Yeah.
And
have you rewatched?
17 times.
Okay. I'm not a big rewatcher, to be honest.
Not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
I don't typically rewatch, but like I've tried to find something to fill the void and nothing is filling it, so I just keep rewatching.
Yeah, I think Rachel, our producer, and I were talking outside before, and it's just like so true. There's so much darkness right now, and this show has been like such a beam of a light. You know what I mean? And the way that it ends on an optimistic note.
Yes.
I was really not expecting that.
Yeah, and I like don't like, because you know, obviously you always need like, the arc, and like there's always like a problem, and then they come out the other side. There was like kind of a quote unquote problem, but like they solved it, and like it wasn't such a problem that like hurt me.
Exactly.
And that's the kind of show I need. I don't want to be hurt.
Exactly.
Life is hurtful enough.
I left that feeling good, which is crazy. And something you don't really see a lot in like gay media. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of tragedy, unfortunately.
The final thing I will say is some people are saying that it's like not a sports show because there's not enough like hockey in it per se, and there's not enough like athletics. Here's one thing that I need everybody to fucking know. If there's a sports movie, there's one thing that I look for in every sports-oriented show, movie, whatever. I watch how the characters run. Because that tells you everything you need to know. What do you mean? For example, Scott Hunter is running on a city sidewalk. He's doing sprints on a city sidewalk. No one does that. And also, he looks like he's running from a murderer.
Yeah.
Too much.
It was very tight running.
Yeah. So if I had to watch more of that, it would make me end up hating the show. But there's always just like, there's a perfect amount.
What takes you out of the moment when you're seeing?
No, and then it makes me hyper focus on something I shouldn't be focusing on. For example, the best example of this of all time is She's the Man. Amanda Bynes plays soccer with her hair fucking down at the end of the movie. That is a perfect movie except for that.
Oh my God.
No
you killed it.
Female athlete would ever play soccer with her hair down when it's like down to her boobs. No.
When someone runs with their hair down, like long distance running, how do you feel about that?
It's getting tangled.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it the whole time.
It does bother me.
And I'm like, I know it's hitting you in the face. I know you don't like it.
And it's like, we can't prioritize the sleigh right now.
No.
It's about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like focus on the task at hand, you know? Don't have any of those distractions, your hair.
Right.
Out and about. So,
well, also, not to like sound like I'm writing an essay or something, but
in this story, I will.
Truly though, like with the sports, it's like, have we not realized that sports is only half of a physical thing? Yeah. You know what I mean? There's so much emotion.
Storyline.
There's so much like team and camaraderie and all that shit baked into it. Dynamics in the locker room.
Yes, Blake.
That was all in that show.
What do you think the whole purpose of Hard Knocks is about? It's all the background shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the ending. We never would have seen Ilya go to the cottage without Scott Hunter winning the final.
Big facts.
Kissing Kip on the lips.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Alert.
So
it's okay. It's okay.
I feel like everyone knows by now.
Also, if you haven't, come on.
Oops, yeah. Wait, I just gave a major spoiler.
It's okay. I agree. And I also just, it's, you can't tell me that the show's not about sports.
I got hot and bothered over that. I'm sorry.
No,
we need to
I
move
agree.
on.
No, I agree. Okay, so let's move on.
Hailee Steinfeld.
Oh, yeah, at the GGs.
I think it was her first, like, red carpet appearance as a pregnant person.
Yes,
like, officially publicly pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yes. She looked stunning. I loved her little bump. She looked so fucking cute.
I know. She consistently held that bump. I was like going through Getty to like look for images to include in our episode, and she's
bumping. She's so happy and cute. And,
and people are giving her shit on the internet for not.
People. It's one stupid ass troll account that is definitely run by a robot. It's called ML Football. It drives me up the wall. I hate that account.
This is good warning for people who aren't like
tapped in. Yeah, it's him and like Dov Kleinman or whatever. Those two drive me fucking crazy. They were like, she's receiving a lot of backlash for not being at her husband's playoff game. First of all, I saw a tweet that summed this up perfectly. You mean to say these are two adults going to their jobs that will see each other at home later? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. So shut the fuck up. Also, it's the goddamn Golden Globes, and she was a presenter for her movie that was really successful this year. I don't think her husband was really up in arms about
Also, like, not to sound insensitive, but it's just a playoff game, right? Is it really that serious? I don't know.
Don't piss people off.
How many opportunities do you have to play in a playoff game?
Blake, don't piss people off.
Hailee Steinfeld, how many opportunities does she have to have a movie that's nominated for
No,
Golden Globes?
I get it. But
fewer and far between.
Yeah.
And that's a take from a non-sports person. Thank you very much.
But yeah, she looked ravishing. So that was like perfection. But we will get now, because this is a perfect segue, into the pretty boys of the NFL.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I forgot how electrifying football can be. And this weekend did not disappoint in the slightest.
Okay, well, this is good because I genuinely didn't watch a single minute of American football.
I'm going to try to sum it up in like the most important aspects and like really just...
Tell me everything I need to know and don't tell me anything more or less, please.
No fluff. Okay, so I will say this past weekend was the wild card round. It wrapped up last night. Texans dominated the Steelers, and today their head coach, Mike Tomlin, said, I'm going to leave.
Oh, he left on his own accord.
Yeah, on his own accord, not fired. So that's T. So wonder what he will be doing next year. Wonder who will be their quarterback and their head coach. Lots of T there. So I will say we're going to go through Rams, Panthers, Packers, Bears, Bills, Jags, and 49ers, Eagles.
Okay, babe, let's go.
Let's start with Rams, Panthers. So most of these games that we're going through right now went down to the final 2 minutes of the game. It was stressful and fucking crazy. And it wasn't like I had any stake in any game. And I was screaming at the TV the whole time. I was like, God damn. I wonder like how everyone else is doing.
It affected you.
It did. It sure ass did. 7 of the 8 remaining quarterbacks in the playoffs have never won a Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Matt Stafford of the Rams is the only one. So there were 11 lead changes during the game, and it is the most in playoff history between the Rams and the Panthers, and it was crazy. So the Rams were able to take the lead with a touchdown with 4 minutes left, make it 27-24. Panthers go down the field. They score, make it 31-27. The Rams have 1 minute and 36 seconds to go down and try and score a touchdown or you fucked. And guess what? They did that. He threw the craziest pass to Colby Parkinson, and it was like perfectly placed. He like kind of grabbed it, fell into the end zone. It was like over his shoulder kind of thing. It was crazy.
Being Matt Stafford did that.
Yes, Matt Stafford. He did that. And one thing that I liked that Davante Adams said in the post-game presser, he was like, Stafford never had a doubt. And he, I think before the final drive, said, let's go snatch these guys' hearts. And Davante Adams was like, that was the coldest thing I've ever heard.
I was just saying, that's like diabolical.
No, I was like, electric.
Evil.
That was electric.
That's evil.
Yeah. So that was amazing. Stafford is also someone who his name is in the ring for MVP this year. Along with Drake May.
He's also on the older side. He's like
37,
on the
older side. Yes. He threw for 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he did have an interception. But, everybody makes mistakes, as Hannah Montana once said.
She did say that.
And I think that set the tone for Wild Card Weekend because it was just, that was like, okay, 38 seconds left of play. Like, you're going to take the lead and finish the game that way. That's how every game is now going to feel like. So it was crazy. Any questions? No? Okay. Bears-Packers. Bears-Packers was also fucking insane. Bears won 31-27. And this was their first playoff win in 15 years.
Okay, chopped.
And Caleb Williams is the first Bears quarterback to win a playoff game within his first 2 seasons since
1967.
1950.
What?
Yeah.
Guys.
Been a minute.
Poor Chicago, damn.
Yeah, and it was against their freaking rivals, the Packers, which makes it that much better because they notoriously hate each other. And in the past, the Packers have owned the Bears. So it's like, wow, that must just be that much sweeter. So very kudos to them. The Bears were down 21-6 at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
21-6?
And they came back and they won 31-27.
What?
Caleb Williams just like lit it on fire.
Oh my God.
And like, you know what? The Bears games this season have been kind of like that. Bears and Broncos. And while I'm sure the Bears fans are like absolutely living for this, they've definitely aged at least 15 years because of it. Because like, holy shit, I was freaking out. Oh, too much. Way too much. It was crazy. So they've scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. 25 points. That's not easy to do. So at the end of the game, this was like the big controversy. Ben Johnson, the Bears head coach, and Matt LaFleur, the Packers head coach, go to midfield to like shake hands and
as is custom,
skedaddle on. And Ben Johnson made it so brief and like was kind of making a face, not like a weird face, but like kind of like a, like, I don't know, that's like
just like playing.
Yeah. And made it like handshake and leave and like run off. People were like, that was so disrespectful. Oh my God. First of all, Matt LaFleur did that literally in December during their first meeting when the Packers beat the Bears. So like fucking relax. Second of all, it would have been disrespectful had he not shook his hand. Have you never had a rival before? Have you never been a part of a heated rivalry before? Sorry, I had to. But like,
you're really proud of yourself
I just think like, yeah, that wasn't disrespectful. It was like, no, I fucking hate you guys.
Right.
And you know what? Sports needs that because what is it without it?
We need more rivalries.
We do.
Huh.
Sorry.
And it's funny the thing you said about Matt LaFleur doing it before. People like to forget.
They do. They
like
love to forget. They love
when it suits their narrative.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
And then also Ben Johnson in the locker room, the post-game speech, he was like, he literally, I think they started it with like a prayer and then he pops up and he goes, fuck the Packers! And the whole place is losing their mind. And I was like, yeah, that's
how it ought to be.
This is amazing.
Thank God first, but then it's always fuck the Packers.
and then fuck the Packers. And I will say, like, we've been seeing the cheese grater hats everywhere. So this is a quick side note. Manuel Rojas, he's the CEO of Foam Party Hats.
That's a funny name.
Now, he started with, like, these original, like, these cheese heads, which are very similar to the original cheese head hat that the Packers have. They sent him a cease and desist and were like, you can't make these. They're too close to ours. He was like, bet I'm going to make the antithesis of
so
it.
Smart.
Making a cheese grater. And DJ Moore like wore one after they won in a regular season overtime win against the Packers. And then all three of the guys who were up on I believe it was the Amazon desk post game, were all wearing it. Caleb Williams had a legit cheese grater and was like shredding cheese on the desk, and like people were going crazy. So
I love that in sports.
I
know
love
like
it.
Everyone's wearing them. I want to wear one.
Yeah, no, I know. So it was
and
great.
I have like no skin in this game.
No, right.
By the
It
way.
was just like so fun to watch it.
Yeah.
And watch the magic unfold. Okay. Any questions?
No, I just feel personally happy for the Bears.
Yeah, me too.
Because I watched Hard Knocks last year.
Yep.
And Caleb Williams was like supposed to be that guy. And then like I feel like.
And that's on growth.
Yeah. Come so far.
Okay. Bills versus Jaguars. Now, everyone talks about how Josh Allen in the playoffs is playoff Josh. And he's like otherworldly. I cannot begin to describe how this guy, he plays all season long at like an elite level. I don't know how he ups it, but he always does in the playoffs, and it's always magic. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I can never believe it. So just for reference, he entered the game with a foot injury. Before the end of the first half, he was examined for a concussion. He was examined for his finger, like as he was, I don't know, it like collided with someone's helmet. It looked not fun.
Yeah.
Of his throwing hand, might I add. And he also, when he was sacked, he like twisted his knee. And so that was all within the first half. The man was getting absolutely banged up. So that was not great. But did that stop him? Absolutely not. No, it did not, because the Bills won 27-24. For the Bills' first road playoff victory in 33 years.
What is up with these droughts, guys?
I know.
It's crazy.
They're fixing them. They said 2026 is the year to fix them.
Hydration.
Yep, exactly. So the Bills did lose their safety, Jordan Poyer, and their wide receiver, Gabe Davis, throughout the game, which were big losses. Hopefully they can get healthier for this upcoming game because the Bills play on Saturday.
Well, what about Josh? I mean,
he's Superman. He's okay.
I worry for him.
Hopefully. I also hope he is okay because they play on Saturday. It's a short week. They played on Sunday, and now they have to play not even a full week later, 6 days later. So that's a little tough with the scheduling thing. He threw for 273 yards, scored 3 touchdowns, 1 passing, 2 rushing, and had no turnovers. And it was just crazy. It was very high stakes. Trevor Lawrence also played really well, the Jaguars. And I just think they went up 20-17 with 7 minutes left in the game. Then Jacksonville came back, scored, and made it 24-20. And then the Bills got the ball back with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, got the touchdown. Jaguars had like one kind of final opportunity, and the Bills made the interception. So it was both sides of the ball doing their job. Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic. And a lot of people are saying I don't know. Bill's taking on the Broncos, and they're the number 1 seed. Oh, no. But I don't know.
You have faith?
I feel like the Bills got it.
When you put, like, Josh Allen and Bo Nix up against each other, I feel like...
Josh Allen just has the most playoff experience of any quarterback in the playoffs now. Even more than Matt Stafford. He has more playoff wins than Matt Stafford.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, you got the right guy.
Okay.
Really quickly, I don't think we need to spend a ton of time on it, but the Jacksonville Free Press reporter Lynn Jones has gone a little bit viral because in the post-game press conference, she told head coach Liam Cohen, instead of asking a question, she said, I just want to tell you congratulations on your success, young man. Hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season. And throughout the, press conference, he's like, or her response, he's like, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you can kind of see like the light.
And you can kind of see like at first he's like, I think he was like, fuck off. And then as she kept going, I think he was like, oh, that's very sweet. And like was like, okay, thank you. Like I actually really appreciate that. And now reporters are going feral being like,
these darn journalists.
This is so embarrassing because like this is a time for us to ask the tough questions and blah, blah, blah. Guys, fucking relax. Get off your high horse. Once again, it's PR, not ER. I will say it till the day I die. You are not saving anyone's life, and you are not curing cancer. So relax, okay? Great. Now that we're relaxed, let's say he answered the tough questions before. He answered the tough questions after. If he can't get a little bit of his flowers, like, I understand. I see your side that there's a time and a place, and like maybe it wasn't the best. Come on.
I know. People are getting a little, in my opinion, sensitive
Why
about
do you have to be so annoying?
It seemed like people who are not, like, majority of people who are not journalists, literally journalists are the only ones who are, like, saying that you shouldn't be using your time and access
and I'm like
this.
I get it. Like, the access is valued. The woman's been on the freaking Free Press for, like, 20-plus years covering the Jaguars. I think she's okay to kind of, like, speak her mind here and there.
And it was only 20 seconds.
Also, fucking relax.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
and also, like, a good point that someone brought up was, like, it's okay for the press to just bag on coaches all the time and players and just be negative and just constantly spewing negative narratives and asking them insensitive questions. And it's like the one time somebody takes 20 seconds to just instill a little humanity into the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just also like, it's not that serious.
Yeah. I didn't watch this and be like, how dare she?
Like, she didn't do anything so salacious. Yeah. My God. Okay. Finally, 49ers Eagles. The champs are dead.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl reigning. Yeah, I think it's like they call it the Super Bowl hangover. It's like very hard to win multiple in a row.
Okay.
So they lost to the Niners 23-19. The Niners were down by 2 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Which was funny because Julia Roberts was on the red carpet literally watching the game at the Golden Globes being like, shit, they're only down by 2. They need to come back. And everyone was like, you're a 49ers fan? You were born in Georgia. And she was like, I live in San Francisco. And I was like,
she doesn't strike me as a San Francisco girl. She like spiritually reads to me as somebody who would be like a fan of a C-list team, to be honest. Like a team that hasn't won in a while, but you'd be really happy to maybe see them win.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just get this vibe.
Okay. Well,
she loves 49ers, though.
They were electric. They scored a touchdown that won them the game with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left. And I think the craziest play, though, was actually at the start of the fourth quarter when their wide receiver, Juwan Jennings, this is the man who the Browns player called a hoe. Just for your knowledge.
Thank you.
I know you love that.
I clung to that one.
He threw a 29-yard touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey. So the wide receiver throwing it to the running back.
Oh,
whoa, kind of crazy. And that made the game 17-16. And that was at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So I really think that that kind of set the tone. And then people now are figuring out that Juwan Jennings was actually a 4-star high school quarterback. And he was ranked higher than Sam Darnold, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson.
Wait, what?
Yup.
How did he become
a wide receiver?
I don't know.
Someone in college probably was like, you're better off this way. And he was like, yes, sir. And so the Niners, unfortunately, they did lose George Kittle to a season-ending Achilles injury, which is like freaking brutal. I'm so sad for him because he is like the Energizer Bunny of the 49ers. And I will say from the reports of Diana Rossini and co., the owner asked George Kittle, is there anything we can get you? like when he went down to the locker room to visit him after the Achilles.
Nice.
And he said, a bottle of tequila. And my man drank the whole thing.
Yeah. Apparently it was Patron. Personally, I would have won Don Julio, but that's just me.
Come on, beggars can be choosers.
No, of course not.
And so, yeah, I thought that was kind of electric because you know what? If I had a season-ending injury, I would also want to drink away my sorrows.
Oh, no, I don't want to think about anything. I kind of want to just black out.
Yeah, so I think he was feeling pretty good. Like, spirits were high when the boys came back in with the win.
camera like didn't pan on him at all, like in the locker room.
Yeah, probably smart.
Yeah. Probably saucy pants.
Yeah,
you know what
just
I mean?
a little.
Mr. Saucy.
So, yeah, Christian McCaffrey had a game that was chef's kiss. And I will just say, people were trolling Erin Andrews for the coat that she wore.
I just said joke, meaning jacket and coat, but I meant to say coat.
Love that. Chaotic. They were memeing her. God forbid a woman knows her fashion.
No, I really did like that.
She fucking looked incredible.
I want that coat.
Popped off. Sorry that you don't know fashion. They were like, Cruella DeVille. And I was like, please. She looks fantastic.
She looks way better than Cruella.
That is correct. So yeah, that is that.
Okay, well, thank you for recapping me on all of that.
You're so welcome.
I needed that really bad.
Of course.
So, I feel sick to my stomach that the what do they call it? The divisional round
is this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
And Saturday and Sunday?
So Saturday, the Bills and Broncos will play at Broncos 4:30 p.m. And then the Niners will play at the Seahawks at 8 p.m. And then Sunday, the Texans will play at the Patriots 3 p.m. And then the Rams will play at the Bears 6:30 p.m.
Fuck.
4 big ones.
You know what's funny? I don't know anything about the Seahawks and I don't know anything about the Texans. Literally not a single thing.
That's okay.
Except that Seahawks have that ugly neon green in their jersey kit.
They do.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's big man football.
Yeah.
Little man football.
Smaller man football.
Smaller man football, college football. I understand there's a game happening on Monday as well.
There is. It's called the National Championship.
It's the
Ever heard of her?
It's the big one. The big kahuna.
Yeah, the big mama.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So Indiana is taking on Miami. Indiana's the number 1 seed. They were essentially electrifying all season long. They demolished Oregon. And everyone thought it was going to be like the essentially like what the Natty would be, like, and like really tight and close, but they demolished them, and so they are gonna play at Hard Rock Stadium. So it's not necessarily like Miami's field, but it's like it's a home game essentially for Miami. So like that could be advantageous, but I think they're gonna whoop them because I just think Indiana has been so solid all season long, and I do think like the Miami factor could come into play of like, we have nothing to lose, why not us kind of thing. But I just think that Indiana will rock it. And they've had 0 top 10 finishes in the 5 decades prior to Kurt Signetti's arrival in 2023. And now they're about to win the Natty.
5 decades is a long time.
Some may say it's 50 years.
Some may say half a century.
Okay. So yeah, it's crazy.
I'm looking forward to this one. Mostly because of the Indiana quarterback who I adore.
A sweet baby Fernando.
So cute.
Fernando. So cute. Isn't there a Disney song?
There was something in the air that night.
That
it's
one.
ABBA.
But isn't there also a Disney song? It's okay. Whatever.
Me don't know that one.
Anyways, moving on. So we'll recap that next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's on Monday nights. That's a lot of football.
A lot
of football.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, babe.
Yep.
Clock in.
So
I don't know about you. Obviously, my TikTok, Instagram, For You pages, all that shit is Heated Rivalry right now.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see Winter Olympics like content just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah, I've started. I keep forgetting that it's happening.
Yeah. Milan,
darling.
Milano. February, guys. It's coming up.
Yeah.
And we'll do way more Olympics coverage when it comes time. But I do want to talk about the U.S. figure skating team that was just set this past weekend after the skating championships took place in St. Louis. There's so many storylines coming out of this team. It's like actually crazy.
Yeah.
But in the spirit of representation.
That's
it. That's my ally. I want to talk about Alyssa Liu, who actually we've talked about on the show before. Do you remember?
No. Remind me.
last March, she became the first American woman in like almost 20 years to win world championships. And she after retiring for like 2 years when she was 16.
Okay, yeah. Now it's coming back.
You remember?
It's all coming back to me.
Mm-hmm. So I just love her story because, like I said, when she was 16 years old, she decided to retire from the sport of figure skating.
But like, why?
Because she was feeling burnt out.
Okay.
Because she was just like, my mental health is not where it's supposed to be. I feel like skating is a chore.
I feel like it's similar to like a gymnastics kind of vibe where you're like in it when you're really young and it's like really, if you're going to be elite in it, it's like really intense at a really young age.
She basically like lived at the training facility, like her training facility.
Ice Princess.
That's funny. We'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
But she was just like, I can't even imagine being 16 years old and just being like, this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Like decide, like I
it's
just
very
feel
mature.
That's what I'm saying. Most 16-year-olds don't have that perspective. So she was like, this is not worth it.
I'm 28 and I don't have that perspective.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to live my life. I feel like I need to know myself more because a lot of the decisions that happened in her career were just like being made for her by her coaches. And so she's like, I need to know myself better. So she took time off. I think she returned to the sport when she was 18, and then she ended up going to Worlds in March, and then she took it all home for America, which is crazy because I feel like America hasn't been dominant in this sport for a long time.
No.
And so now she made the team, and there's like 3 of them. I think it's, oh my God, what are their names? It's Alyssa, Isabeau, and then I think Amber Glenn is the 3rd one. There's definitely another one that I'm missing, but there's just like a trio of skaters right now that are just so iconic. I love them so much, but especially Alyssa. She has this like halo hairstyle.
Okay, yeah. I've been seeing that everywhere.
She's the alt ice princess.
Yeah, that would make my OCD unwell.
It would trigger it for sure. I know.
Beyond.
I did notice in the ice, she did like a Lady Gaga compilation. First of all, it fucking slayed. Oh my God. She looked so good and the music was so good.
I love Lady
And it's like
Gaga.
So not traditional. You're not hearing Lady Gaga every day on the
Totally.
ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a little, anyway, back to the hair. It was a little not aligned. I actually want you to challenge yourself and watch it.
Doesn't she dye it like at the start of every year?
She said like every year she adds a ring.
Yeah.
Which I think is cute.
That is cute.
But back to Ice Princess though, she admitted she'd never seen it. Which I honestly felt like her in that moment because I feel like it was like me admitting to you that I haven't seen a movie and you're like, what the fuck? Because one of her teammates is 26. So she's like, what do you mean you've never seen Ice Princess? She's like, I don't know. She's 20 years old. But she's like, I did see Blades of Glory, however, and I feel like we're Blades of Glory. Which is like Will Ferrell and that guy from Napoleon Dynamite. Like, they're
very different vibe.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I feel
Ice Princess was iconic.
No, so good. May she rest. Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh my God.
Last year.
Fuck, sad.
I know.
Damn. It's always a good one.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know, in the spirit of representation, honestly, Hudson Williams, Alyssa Liu.
Yeah.
Leo,
wasn't there one more that we were talking
about? I put on my Instagram story today.
Oh, yeah.
The 3 of them. Representation.
And yourself.
And myself, obviously.
That's who I was thinking of.
Thank you.
And Blake Morgan.
All of us in sports this week. So watch out for her. We'll cover more of the Olympics when more rosters are set and as we get closer.
I will say, though, in other news, Olympic halfpipe snowboarder Chloe Kim announced last week that she dislocated her shoulder.
She gave us an update today. She said she tore her labrum.
Oh,
yeah. So and so she's like, I can't snowboard until like right up to the Olympics. I think she's still going to compete, but like that fucking sucks.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's such a bummer.
I know.
Ugh.
So
sad for her.
Keeping an eye on her. All of our Asian baddies.
Wait, she's dating Myles Garrett, right?
Yes.
So do you think Myles Garrett is going to go to Milan, darling? I hope so.
I mean, yeah.
I bet he's going to like throw fits because I feel like that's something he would do.
Yeah. On the snow.
Okay. Eyes peeled.
So next, we are really excited to have Paralympian Hailee Truwit on the show, who's here to talk about her training for the Paralympics, mental health, and her work with the Ad Council.
All right, we are so excited to welcome in Hailee Truwit. Hailee, thank you so much for joining us in studio too.
So exciting.
It's so nice when someone's just local and around and can chit chat IRL with us.
Yap with the gals.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to dive into like a little bit of your background and just like your swimming. So we know your mom was the captain of Yale's swim team back in 1991. You followed in her footsteps, went to Yale. Was that like, did you mean to follow the same path? Was it always like, oh, I want to kind of do it how my mom did it? Or was it just like Yale was the right fit for you?
It just ended up being that Yale was the right fit for me. My mom was really great as I was making my college decisions. She was like, you have worked really hard to put yourself in the position to have these options. So like choose what feels right for you. And it ended up just being that I loved Yale. I loved the campus. I loved the team. I loved the people. And I actually was following in my grandpa's footsteps. Yeah, he was first generation to Yale from the Bronx in 1955.
Oh my God.
So it was like so special and cool for him, right? Yeah, it was a cool moment for him to get to see like my mom and then me both go to the same school. And I mean, of course, like I look up to my mom so much. So any piece of what shaped her to be like the mother, the friend, the sister, the wife that she is, I'm like, I count it as a blessing to be able to share that.
100%. I good on your mom for being like you work so hard, your choice. I would be an insufferable parent. I'd be like, I don't know, it's a pretty good school. I think you should go. I'm gonna be like so toxic.
No, truly, my God, that really sets you up for such a nice little story there. Was your grandpa also a swimmer or no?
He ran track and cross country.
Athletic family.
Casual.
Yeah. Have to say. That is so wild.
By land and by sea. Am I right?
Girl.
Thank you.
You nailed that one. Okay, so you did have your accident in 2023. A little over a year later, you were competing at the Paralympics. That is a crazy feat. Can you just tell us about how you approached your training for that?
Yeah. It was a lot of work. I think, something that I was even surprised to learn was for me to make and medal at the Paralympics, I needed to swim times that I had swum to get recruited Division I TL with 2 legs, this time with 1 leg. And I knew that was a huge task, and like pulling a rabbit out of a hat to try 9 months after getting back in the water following an amputation and a shark attack to try and make Team USA and perform at the Paralympics. And I knew it was going to take work if I wanted to get there, and it took mental and physical work. But really how I approached it was like, I had this exciting what if. Like, what if I could pull this off? And I feel like so many times I have like, what if I fail? What if I don't do well? And so to have that other side of it, like, what if I could pull this off? And in the journey of it, find so much healing, so much self-acceptance, so much growth, was just like the biggest privilege of the journey itself. And like stepping back and being like, regardless of, obviously I want to get the gold, but regardless of it, I'm, achieving so much in the pursuit of it. So it was a lot of work, but so rewarding even on the path there.
How did you switch the what if perspective? Like from going like, what if I fail? What if I, all that to what if I succeed?
LMK the secret. Because like,
I feel like so much of what I've learned like these past 2 years is I used to be very much like, oh, I could either have that one or I could have this one. And I've learned that like it's okay to live in that gray space of like I could have the what if I fail, and I did. Like I had never had so much external pressure of people watching me as I did at the Paralympics, and it was what if I don't meet their expectations? What if I don't perform the way everyone's hoping I do, or I'm hoping I do? And at the same time, also like coupling that, like having that space for I can feel that way, and I can also have. But also, what if it goes the other way? And it's just taking that extra second to be like, this could happen, but also the other side of that could happen too.
Did you feel like you had to talk yourself into the like, not like second option, but also like the positive connotation? Because I feel like when I'm going through the what ifs, let me tell you, I go through them.
I'm feeling a lot of similarities between you two.
Yes,
and you're like
I'm vibing with everything you're saying right now. I find that when I'm going through the what if scenarios, I almost like, when I'm trying to convince myself of the, what if things could go positively, sometimes I'm like in my brain, I'm like, you're lying to yourself. Yeah. And it's hard to like overcome your own like smartness sometimes. Yes. So how did you balance that? Because that's always the hardest thing
I have actually never heard anyone say this, and I say it all the time. Shut up. When a lot of times growing up.
Are we best friends?
I think we are.
Caroline, you can tell us to shut up, okay? Sorry.
I think a lot of times for me what that was when I was growing up, people would say, like, don't speak to yourself negatively in your sport. Like, just tell yourself it's going to go well before the race. And I was like, well, that's a lie. Like, no, I don't know that it's going to go
well.
Yeah.
Literally.
And so you do, but what I actually worked with a sports psychologist heading into the Paralympics because, as I mentioned, it was all this new pressure for me and all this newness. Like, I have to take my leg off before I compete. So I had stress about the fans watching and my friends and family wanting it for me. I had my coach. Like, I just felt all this pressure. And I also had like, okay, I've never gone to the blocks and taken my leg off before competing. What if my leg doesn't come off in time? Like all this different stuff.
All like those minute things. Yeah.
And I was talking to her and I was like, exactly what you just said. I can't just stand there and say it's going to go well. My leg's going to come off perfectly. The race is going to go great. Like, it could not. I have no clue. And she was like, you're right. You don't. So let's focus on what you do know. And she was like, what you do know. You're willing to work for what you want. You're willing to fight for your best performances. You know the work you've put in. You know what you've worked for. And also, you're adaptable. Like, time after time throughout even these past 2 years from the shark attack, learning life as an amputee in the water, you've shown yourself that, like, change happens and you change too. And so when that, like, scary what if happens, let's bring ourselves back to what we know and then look at that as, like, evidence for what else we could potentially believe as well. So it is like mental coaching, but I remind, like, that was a sports advice, and now I apply it all over.
All the time.
Like, I'm adaptable. Okay, like, I can't predict, but
100%. My therapist all the time says that's a feeling, not a fact.
Yes.
And that's always, like, something I try to come back to is, like, okay, I'm just feeling this way. It's not, like, a fact written in stone, permanent, anything like that. Love that, though. Glad that we feel the same way, because I truly have never heard anyone like that either. Craziness. Okay, so let's go on. You went on to win medals for the U.S., set records, and you even walked in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit show. Mind you, that was all within, like, 2 years. So all of this, I feel like one of these things in and of itself is just, like, a lot. Then all of this in that short amount of time, like, how did that impact you?
You know, I viewed these first few years after the attack and amputation, when that first happened, like, I felt like my life was over. Everything I loved was in some way or another tied to having, like, 2 legs. I loved running. I loved walking. I loved swimming. I loved traveling. I loved being a 22-year-old girl and putting on a short skirt and feeling, like, fun and pretty. And all of that was challenged by the fact that I had just become an amputee overnight for the rest of my life. And I had this moment where I was like, these next few years are pivotal years for me to, like, set the precedent for myself that what just happened to me isn't going to stop me and dictate the rest of my life, that I still have this amazing and full life ahead of me. Is it going to take work? Mentally and physically, yes, but it's there. And I could look to so many people before me who gave me that hope and that confidence. And I think those decisions that I made to go for the Paralympics, you know, to find healing in so many different ways, especially with the nonprofit and the advocacy work, it was like this thing that built on itself. I grew confidence as those small successes built to bigger ones and showed me who I could still be. So look at Sports Illustrated swimsuit. Like, when I started, I said I was never going to wear short skirts or shorts again. Like, I asked my parents to give them away to Goodwill. I was like, no one will ever see my leg. A year later, to be in, like, a tiny bikini posing for Sports Illustrated swimsuit, was so much self-growth for me to say, like, my beauty and my strength in this body is within me. It's there regardless of if I have a left foot or not. And it took a lot of work to get there. And it also took so much support, like friends and family who show up for you and teach you, like, we love you, for your heart and your mind, not your left foot. And also for people and companies like Sports Illustrated Swimsuit to make the decision to be inclusive in that way, to highlight beauty in all different bodies. I'm so grateful because it's given me this gift of seeing, you know, myself in a new way and also being able to represent for a community that, like, I found myself in now that we need to continue representing as much as we can.
What you just said was so inspiring because of, like, we love you not just because of your left foot. Like, sometimes it takes people saying that to you and it can be the simplest of sentences where you're like, like, I'm so much more than what I'm, like, putting all of my worth into right now, which is so crazy.
It is. And it's one of those things too where, like, now I say it and I'm like, well, duh. Like, but in your head, you're like, this is going to change everything.
Your brain is so powerful.
So it is. It's like, even for me, a lesson of, like, how I want to show up for other people too, of, like, that support was game changing and allowed me to be like, yes, people love me for me, regardless of if my left foot is there or not. And it opens you up to be like, okay, so I can get to this place of radical acceptance and be like, yeah, like, I don't have my left leg. And that stinks. And I don't like it. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I can accept it. It's my reality as much as I want to fight it. And if I accept it, like, there are all these new futures and new paths for me. Yeah.
My goodness. Okay, this was our last question, and I'm bumping it up just because of, like, everything you just said was so elegantly said and so mature for, I'm not, what are you, like, 23,
25, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm just so in awe of the perspective you have. And I want to know, like, what when you're talking to younger athletes and whether or not they're in your community, or Paralympians or Olympians or just like regular kids who are just swimming at the local club, like what is your advice to them around having perspective in their sport?
Yeah, I think my advice, this would be for younger athletes, but also for everyone, is I am such a big believer in the power of the mind to help heal, to help overcome, to help us just be our best selves and perform at our top levels, achieve more than we might even think possible. And so really prioritizing like the way that we're speaking to ourselves, the way that we take care of our minds. I'm so proud, you guys may have seen it, but Ad Council just launched a national Love Your Mind Playbook initiative with myself and 16 other athletes, encouraging. Thank you. I'm really proud to be a part of it because it's encouraging people to prioritize their mental health. And they have this playbook online that has all these tools that you can try out, because I've tried plenty of tools and some work and some don't. And everyone has to figure out what works. But I think it's such an important message to hear from so many elite athletes that like the physical is really important and the mental is equally as important to put that work in. Like the number one voice we hear every day is our own voice. And so, like, it takes work, but, right?
Yeah.
Oh my mind is blown. Like,
we've been sitting here for maybe 15 minutes. I'm like, God damn, she's dropping so many truth bombs right now. I was not ready for this. But you're so right. Like, duh. It's the loudest voice. It's the most present.
Yes.
It's most frequent. Like,
and it takes work to make sure that that voice is, like, speaking to us with loving kindness, with encouragement, with compassion, with accuracy. It's so easy to like blow things out of proportion or catastrophize different things. And you're like, okay, is that accurate? Like, let me break that down. And so my advice would be just make sure that like put in the physical work, but also make sure that you're putting in the work mentally to help yourself be who you want to be, perform the way you want to perform.
Okay. I'm like still mind blown by that. I will say the one thing, I started doing this to my teammates in college, like kind of in jest, but then it became like almost a mantra on our team was, like when you're in the locker room and someone's like, ugh, I like hate the way that I look today because of XYZ or something, you're just like nagging on yourself. Yeah. I would call out, and I still do it to Blake now. Like, I do it to everyone I know. I'll call out that person. I'll be like, don't talk to my friend like that. Like, because why would you talk to yourself like that if you wouldn't let someone talk to your friend like that, So it's like, wait up. And so then that became, like, it really caught on. And then people were doing it to me, and I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I didn't realize I was talking badly about myself. So I think it's always good to try to catch yourself. Okay, but we would be remiss if we did not talk about 2 summers ago in Paris when you competed for the first time as a Paralympian. I feel like when you're watching at home, the Olympics and Paralympics are everything that you can watch on TV for like the month that is the Olympic
literally
season.
monoculture.
Yes, truly. So what was your favorite moment from Paris and just the Paralympics that you were maybe most surprised by or just enjoyed more than you thought you did?
There were so many fun moments. I think Paris did such an incredible job.
It looked unbelievable.
So cool. I mean, even like the arena we got to perform in, 20,000 fans, sold out crowds, lights. Like it was the arena that Taylor Swift had performed in a few months before. Oh my God. And then they like put a pool into it. So that was really cool.
That's so cool.
The whole experience was amazing. I would say, okay, I'll give you 2.
Yes.
The first one is, so Sophie and Hannah were 2 of my college teammates, and they were both pivotal in saving my life. Sophie was in the water with me, and Hannah was in the hospital that I was airlifted to. And both of them had flown to Paris to be in the stands to cheer for me.
Oh my God.
And when I won my second silver medal after the 100 backstroke, I got to get off the podium and go straight to hug my mom, Sophie and Hannah, who had like been let down to the deck area. And it was just like, even now, like it's a memory I will hold forever of like what we had been through that first year. To be there hugging them after this medal at the Paralympics, it was just like the most like indescribably special moment for all of us to share. And I mean, I wasn't expecting any of that. And that was just like something that was this like message larger than even the moment itself for all of us. And then another one that's really fun is, I didn't know this happens, but when you first get like, when I got to Paris for the Paralympics, within the first day or 2, you go to what they call the welcome experience, and you get all this gear. And there's a Ralph Lauren station with custom tailoring for your opening and closing ceremony outfits. There's a Nike station. There's a Skims area. And it's just like literally Christmas morning. Like, it's so fun. And it really does set the tone for like the whole experience. Totally. Like, you're like, I feel so
look good, feel good, perform well,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah. So that was really fun too.
Oh my God, that's like a dream.
Curious about what you think about the Ralph Lauren winter collection.
They crushed it.
Okay, right? I'm like, I want
all of it. Like, I literally was like, this is making me want to become a winter athlete.
No, literally, I was like, do you think that they hype up the winter gear so that like the Winter Olympians aren't like feeling left out, that they don't get the hype as the Summer Olympians? Because I'm like, guys, I promise, like everyone loves you the same. We root for you. We watch the Winter Olympics, but like some of those like fuzzy jackets, I was
so
like,
good at the sweaters, all of it.
I was like, I think I need to buy that.
Well, listen, if anyone's going to become a winter athlete in addition to a summer athlete, it probably will be you.
Couldn't agree more.
4 years from now, we'll see you out on the slopes. Maybe, I don't know.
All for the outfits.
Just for the outfits.
For Ralph Lauren.
That's any girl can do anything motivated by clothing.
Gotta work for it.
You're the best, Allie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Where can people keep up with you and your work?
I'm on Instagram at Hailee Truwit. My nonprofit is on Instagram at Stronger Than You Think.
Amazing. And then where can people find the playbook that you were referencing with the ad council?
It's loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, guys.
You're the best. All right, now we're going to send it into the ether, shall we?
You want to send it first? I feel like we haven't sent it in a millennium.
Send it. Okay, so I'm going to start with this dad who is a Bears fan. The account that posted it is at the Burb Father.
Because he lives in the Chicago suburbs.
Love that. Very creative. So this was a video of him watching the end of the Bears game. And there is very clearly a small bebe in a little rocker.
The automatic rocker.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have a name for it.
Yeah, me too. But famously not. Actually, I famously am a mother now. I'm sorry. I'm so annoying. And I will continue to be. But so there's clearly a baby sleeping. He's watching the game. They clinch the game, the Bears, and I don't even know, the only other way I can think of describing it is like full body convulsion celebration but completely silent.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I think that should be mandated in all households when you have a small child because loud noises are scary. As I've learned, loud noises are scary to my child as well.
Right.
But the problem is I think it should be mandated. I think I would accidentally fuck it up because
How?
I was screaming at the TV. At one point, Scott literally was like, "It's okay, Millie." And
I was like, did you wake her up?
I did.
You're so rude.
He was like, she just gets excited about football. And I was like, fuck, I am the obnoxious.
Little mama better get used to it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think she's going to be a great sleeper because of it, honestly. But yeah, it was just like very
so relatable.
Yeah.
You're not going to do shit to wake that baby up. Because, I mean, again, also, I've never been a parent. You're a parent. I'm not. But with my nieces and nephews, it's like, you got to just make sure that they are down.
Yep.
Quiet.
Yep.
I'm putting my AirPods in. So when I'm listening to something, they're not going to fucking hear anything.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah, I just think like you gotta be like him, the Burb Father.
Be him.
He was a great reaction from him. So I liked that one.
Kudos to Burb Father. Okay, next up we have world #1 tennis player Aryna Sabalenka doing what many a woman have done before, which is publicly pressuring her man to put a ring on it.
Yeah. And at first when we were talking about this, you were like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, well, this is what she said. She was like, also, she had just won a tournament. She won the Brisbane International, and she was getting interviewed, and she said, "Thank you to my boyfriend. Hopefully soon I can call you something else. Let's just put some extra pressure."
Here's the thing. Every woman who knows the engagement is looming has done this.
What do you, okay, so what
Not
what
like
was it for
publicly
you?
per se. I literally used to ask Scott every other day, so when are you going to propose? He'd be like, it's literally a fucking surprise. Can you not? And I'd be like, but like soon? And he'd be like, I'm not telling you. And I was like, ugh, you're so annoying. My sister did it. My best friend growing up, Sarah, did it. Like I literally, you get the itch and then you can't fucking stop. And then it's almost like when you know it's close, then you almost become even more insatiable. You're like, when? Like,
yes.
I just want to know. When?
The reason why at first I was like,
yeah,
is because it's just like, it's kind of like how you feel about proposals in public.
Okay.
I just was like, everyone's watching. Like, stop. I'm going to do it in my own time.
Oh,
but you're
I just
putting
like
so much,
love little jabs.
Just like poke.
Yeah.
She's poking the bear.
Yeah, and it's like, it's good-hearted. It's funny.
He's going to do it soon. Now he has to.
He better now.
He has
yeah,
to.
Public's not.
Mm-hmm.
But they hard launched in July 2024.
I believe, yeah, on Instagram.
So, clock sticking, buddy.
Also, we should say on sporty news notes, the Australian Open is happening right now.
Yes.
And it's going to continue until February 1st. And they have the biggest prize pool of $111.5 million.
I'm cheering friend of the pod,
Amanda
Anisimova.
Obvi.
So go
watch out, Arena. Watch out.
Okay. Calm.
Heel.
Yeah, heel. Okay.
Next, we have Simone throwing fits as usual. And by fits, I mean sideline fits.
Yes.
So
she also, her makeup looked great too.
it always looks great.
I know, but like something extra special. I don't know what, I couldn't put my finger on it, but maybe it was the combo of like the color she was wearing and her
Drop
makeup.
the routine, Simone, please, will you?
Give me more.
She does on TikTok a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so one thing we know about her, she'll always throw fits, and then they will always also somehow include an homage to her husband, Jonathan Owens of the Bears.
Yeah.
And we need to talk about this coat that she wore. So it was a gorgeous little fur-trimmed coat. It was brown. I loved the brown.
Yeah, it looked like suede maybe.
It did.
But then like fur trimmings
Texture,
on
a lot
it.
of texture
Yeah.
on it. It was a beautiful coat. Caroline was like, why would you do that to the coat? But I'm like, it's Simone Biles. She can buy many of the same coat, actually.
So I was like, here's my problem. You shouldn't put your husband's face on everything because you're ruining a beautiful coat. Not ruining, but like, there's only so many places you can wear your husband's face and not have people like be like, whoa, that's kind of wild.
Right. We forgot to mention that she, like, on the back of the coat, I'll put a picture here, but it is a full body shot of
Silhouette,
Jonathan Owens.
full body silhouette. Yeah.
In his gear.
And I was thinking in, my price range. I'm like, I'm only buying one coat.
Right. And I'm like, Simone has space and the funds to buy multiple very beautiful coats.
And then I was like, but that's just, that's wasteful. Do you think she's using, like a little peel and stick fathead action where she just peels the fathead's a brand. And then you like stick it on the back and.
Well, upon like
user-friendly.
You zoom in and it does kind of, it is giving peel and stick. It's not giving like I sent this out to a print and press.
Someone should come up with that because maybe fatheads should actually now start making it for clothing. Though it does seem a little hard with textures. But
when we disappear from Well Played and you see Caroline and I on a yacht, it's because she will have started this business.
Trademarked it. Don't even try. I already trademarked it. Don't even think about it. Fatheads. Okay. Finally, we need to thank Queen Ilona Maher for clapping back at a absolute fucking loser who commented on a photo of her that she looks pregnant in this dress. And she responded with a video where... iconic. She was like, I responded back and he deleted his comment because coward. She said, that's just a normal woman's body. You probably haven't seen a woman naked in a long time, if ever. And I hope you never get the privilege to again. Here's the thing. I need to copy and paste that, ma'am. I will be using it in the future. Do I have many of these interactions? No, but on the chance that I do, I will have that ready to throw out because I'm so bad about thinking
of a clever clapback.
Of a clever, witty clapback in the moment. Because you know what? I don't want to ever be too mean, even though I feel it in my heart sometimes. I don't ever want to be too mean because I don't want to stoop to your level, but I do want to hit you where it hurts. And my God, was that perfect.
I know.
So I have like a list of sayings that I like. Now I'm making a list of clapbacks that I need to incorporate into the daily.
She's so good at it too. She was so natural. And also it's just like justice for the pooch. In 2026, I want to embrace my pooch.
Respectfully, it's your fucking uterus. So like, I don't know.
This is the pooch, by the way. You don't know. It's like basically
right
your
here.
lower belly.
It's your uterus. I'm a mother. The moms are gonna get mad at me.
I know. They're like,
saying,
babe,
they're like, we get it. Shut up. You have a
Loved all
dog.
the moms this
You have a
episode,
dog.
to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, that was great. And then she shamed him into deleting the comment. Love.
I know.
Bring back shaming people in 2026.
To be honest, yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, don't let people
People
get
need
away
more
with it.
shame.
They do. They do.
Carry that weight, babe.
Okay. What's your fave?
I think my favorite is, I don't know, we got a lot of good ones this week.
I'm going to go with Ilona.
I'm going to go Simone because I like the idea of a peel and stick Jonathan Owens decal and her like sitting at home by herself like la-di-da-di-da, like peeling and sticking.
Like, yeah, should I
with
put it this
no
way, that
apparent air bubbles either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great decal that she had herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go with Ilona, and that's it. Wow, goddamn. It feels like it's been ages since we've chatted with y'all, but it also feels like it was yesterday.
I agree, and I know this was a long one. It's not always going to be this way, but we had a lot to catch up on.
And you know what? Sometimes you need a long one.
I agree.
Thrown in there.
Wow. If I was Hudson Williams right now, I would make some sort of like perverted joke and
not.
you'd be Gayle King.
Yeah,
You'd
thank
be
you
Gayle
for
King.
not. I mean, I am, in my heart of hearts, I am grandmama. Like, right over my head sometimes. Okay, well, thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Well Played. That's all I have.
We love you so much. Am I supposed to say something else?
I think you're supposed to say the only podcast in a league of its own, bitch.
Well,
okay,
that's all I have.
Let me retweet you.
Okay.
Keep this in.
I've forgotten
Jorge.
who I am in 2026.
Jorge, keep all of that in. Okay, and here we go. Thanks for listening to Well Played.
The only podcast in the league of its own. We love you.
We love you, mean it. Bye.
Bye-bye.